Hi everyone, my name is Yuka. When I was 9, I started stuttering. I've suffered for many years with stuttering. For me, it leads to such extremely strong feeling of inadequacy that I couldn't even ask my parents or friends for help. And for a long time, I would fall into a circle of blaming myself every time. I mess up or fail, and because of stuttering. Not wanting to be seen stuttering, I stopped participating in my friends' conversation. If I was going to be embarrassed, then it would be better to give up and not try from the start. It was that a kind of negative childhood. I worked to hide it. And I try never to stutter in front of the people. Stuttering made me lonely. The reason I became fearful of communication will become clear when you watch the video shown after this.
Unaware that he is stuttering, he innocently talks with his friends and speaks up in class. He is unable to speak fluidly and is teased by his classmates. He loses self-esteem. So he practices speaking in front of other people, in the hope that the stuttering will soon be gone. However, his stutter still doesn't get better.
It is said that stuttering is incurable by present medical treatments. So many people suffering from a stutter in childhood and then faced with the fact that they cannot speak the same as other children and that it does not get any better and become despondent. The impact is so huge. So 1% of total population are stutterers, and it is said that there are over 70 million people around the world who stutter. He is the Daniel. He felt burdened by incredible troubles and anxiety after graduating college. He is worried that his stuttering would prevent him from getting a job. He spoke of the powerful anxiety he felt during interviews and how he would get rejected every time. He was worried by the double pressure of having to conduct himself well at interview, as well as having to pass the interview itself. As he interviewed more and more, he realized something. In an interview, no matter how much he wanted to hide his stuttering, he couldn't stop himself. I'm failing my interview because I cannot stop from stuttering. So that's how he saw the reason for his failure. Whenever he was rejected by the job prospect, he blamed himself for stuttering. There is a standard pattern whereby they try to hide their stuttering, like a Daniel. So they disappear at the fact that it cannot be changed. And becoming convinced that stuttering is something to be embarrassed by. And practice techniques to hide it. So this is done together with the school counselor during senior high school and college. So I began by trying to see things from the perspective of CEO. Asked him to tell me the reason he decided to hire each person. He said, whether or not you stutter, extremely important to be honest about your weaknesses and speak and act with confidence. So people like that make an impression. The people who are receiving therapy from a school counselor before graduation saw the support evaporate as soon as they left the school. So post graduation, they headed out to job interview and to be judged by society. After that, their sense of the urgency grows, and they decide they want to begin seriously treating their stuttering and start seeing a private therapy. And then they finally become able to endeavor to accept themselves as starters. And they become able to work towards making this stuttering happen. So what is necessary to get through the job interview? To find answer to that question, I conducted an interview of people who had successfully interviewed for the job. As a result, I realized the importance of openly talking about your stuttering in order to use it in creating a positive impression. In other words, stuttering is an extremely effective tool for the creation of stories that give a positive impression. I got insight from Jill. She practiced the interview a lot in safe space. So I came up with an idea that I create a safe space where they could fail as much as they want, where we have lowered the hurdles to failure, a space where no matter how many times they fail, and they won't be blamed or judged, a place that will let them get used to failing and possibly to chip away at the negative values they associated with the failure. And with that, I came up with the idea of creating a virtual space that would allow them to practice interview as much as they wanted. By using this VR technology, starters can stutter without restriction, failing as many times as they need to. And by getting accustomed to experiencing failure and accumulating more and more experience of success, in the end, they will be able to build self-confidence. Additionally, there is a famous framework for developing self-confidence called the step-by-step approach. Its concept involves moving gradually from an easy level to a difficult level, allowing the individual to conquer their fear and instill confidence in themselves. My product is developed based on this step-by-step framework. Here is how it works. First, create a story that gives a positive impression. Improve the quality of the story through interaction with other people, and then use it during interview practice in the virtual space. All of this resulted in the final outcome, my creation of VRbal. So VRbal is a product that combines online platform with the VR to allow people to use their stories to practice and job interviews. Please watch the video.
VRbal focuses on the intersection between artificial intelligence and virtual reality. By merging these two technologies, we hope to give individuals with social anxiety the opportunity to prepare for specific social events at their own pace. We believe in the power of artificial intelligence to shape the future of virtual reality training and therapy by making it the guiding force for creating dynamic, immersive experiences.
Hi, I'm VRbal, your virtual therapy assistant. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Through the application of a voice assistant, VRbal is able to determine how the user wants to practice relaxation techniques, what events they want to practice for, and what their current anxiety level is. Based on this information, the voice assistant is able to personalize environments and simulations, and gradually expose the user to their social fear. And take a big breath.
So hey everyone, my name is Dan Mallon.
I'll load the next simulation soon. Before we move on, how anxious are you feeling right now on a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being calm and 10 being extremely anxious?
1. My name is Dan Mallon. I'm from Staten Island. I'm a recent graduate from College of Staten Island.
So here is some feedback from Daniel. He say this product could help people deal with anxieties as well as learn new things about how they handle certain interview environments. And here is feedback from Sun. He say it was a good overall experience. As a result, a page view of website is over 20,000. 80% of testers say so they want to keep using it. Daniel was successfully able to get a job. He says that because of his experience with VRbal, he has been able to change the way he looks at his stuttering. And that because of the repeated practice, he was able to open up and present the interviewer with the story of himself as a stutterer. So now that we can see the VR is helping people who stutter, it should be accessible to those in need. Here are components of system. On the online platform, so user can freely upload their story. So user can share it with their friends, and through that interaction, design a story that's unique to them as a stutterer. And this is what it looks like. And also, in order to connect the two different platforms of the VR and the website, a WebVR was created. It's possible to view it in your browser or to download a VR headset and view it that way. And this is what it looks like. So people can read the stories. To scale the impact, I got an open space in Brooklyn called the VRbal, where for only $28, people can use VR for as much as they would like. So I have received permission from the owner to develop a VR application and an online platform. Moreover, I will have the workshop with the VRbal for VR experiences repeatedly. So participants should look at the poster and check the dates for workshop. So you will be able to participate in the practice interview in VR. In order to make the product VRbal more sustainable, I am working on making a more concrete business plan. So with the current model, the next closest step would be to sell the application as a downloadable app on places such as the Oculus App Store. So I also intend to develop a learning program aimed at children who suffer from stuttering. So because experiencing a trauma like I did and continuing to suffer in adulthood is something I absolutely don't want to for the next generation of children. So I believe that VRbal can give more people all over the world the confidence to enter society and challenge themselves with new possibilities. So disabilities are, to the people who have them, extremely negative things. However, when someone changes this negative feeling into a positive, so they can begin to truly build their self-esteem. It is my hope that a TAP continually challenge ourselves and raising that true sense of self-esteem. So in the end, the very feeling of being disabled itself will be transformed and I can achieve a society where each individual person can feel genuinely glad to have been born just the way they were. So happily, VRbal has selected as a finalist for the Microsoft Imaging Cup. So I will keep working on this project as a social innovator. So I still remember when I came to DSI first time, so I was so nervous, so I stutter, and also I'm not a native English speaker. But now I'm here, so I can build my self-confidence through my thesis project. So thank you for supporting me.